I was a married woman, Kesana. I loved my man, but I try by all means to hide my emotions from my kids.
Welcome to my YouTube channel. For those who are new here, my name is Nolu kwaMqina. I hope you like it here enough to click on the subscribe button, right? And for the returning subbies, I appreciate all the love and all the support that you guys continuously show me. Today is a sit down. We're sitting on a couch. We're sitting on a couch. We're relaxing, and we have some explosive information for you.
Do it.
No pressure, explosive.
No pressure.
I'm joking, guys. I'm sitting with my friend today, and I feel like she's going through a life-changing event, and I felt like your story, as much as it touched me, it can help someone else.
Yes, that is my hope, that one day my story will change somebody's perspective on love and marriage. But it is what it is. We go through such life events, and then they either teach us lessons, or it just depends on how you take it as a person. It is what it is at the end of the day. You can't control life.
That's true.
Mm.
So she forgot to introduce herself. Head first, Linda.
So Nagalibize and and I am in the communication space, and I am a mom, guys, to the most beautiful girls in the world, and I say it with all my heart and my being.
The first time when I met Tulu, guys, we were at work, and I think you never forget your girl.
No, I never do.
You never, before anything, it's like, I'm a mom to two beautiful girls. I'm like, relax, girl. Relax. Maybe I'm going to say I'm a mother to one handsome boy. Because then people complain about, because Amanda always says boy moms are problematic.
In what sense?
She says it's because we talk about our boys, my boy this, my boy. If you're a boy mom,
yes,
a problem.
Most probably, but I'm very fond of my two girls. They are the reason why I show up every day, literally. So yeah, they're my heartbeats. In the simple term. Yeah.
I feel like you are comfortable, and yeah, it's better icebreaker type of thing.
Yes, no wine. So
I'm not drink of choice.
You're forgiven.
You can indulge.
Feel
free
much.
to indulge. I want us to take it back.
Yes.
Take it back to how it started.
Yo, Sana. How it started, basically, I was a married woman, Kesana, yes. I think I would have held my glass like this. If base as a corner, so that there's evidence to go to Lomuntu Sashatile, but now we're on the jewelries and stuff.
But so, to chat.
Hopefully, guys,
do you want to?
Truth be told, marriage is a beautiful thing. I would love to get married again, because I still do believe in love and I believe in marriage. It is a commitment that you make to somebody. It's just going to be the two of you guys and nobody else. And I would love that for myself in the future. Hopefully, I will get it.
Hopefully. I believe that we attract whatever we put out.
True.
The power of attraction. So, Utinje. I'm just waiting for my Mr. Right.
Mr. Right, Upi. But God manje sahila, so
yes.
We're not in a rush. We're still
100%.
healing. But yeah, it's not something that I've put in the back burner. It is something that I would love to have somebody, and I'd love to have somebody and be married one day.
Okay. Okay, let's tell me about how you and your husband, let me not say you and your husband, you and your family, you got married, and when you got married, you were happy.
I was welcome.
Yes, that's how I'm like, you were happy. And I remember when you guys were dating, we would go to events and your husband would be there. My husband would be there as well.
Yes.
And would make them chill together until we finish working.
Yes.
Yeah. I want you to take me back there and take us through a journey.
Yeah. Well, we dated, and it was nice and jolly, guys. That's why I always say, why do things have to change in marriage? That's something that baffles me all the time, is that why don't we always continue the journey? Whatever it is that we're doing in Julweni must continue in marriage. But hey, Sana, in mine, I feel like I changed. I saw myself changing daily, because it's like your going out became a problem, spending became a problem, things that I love doing, but now that we're married, it became so difficult. When I was like, what changed, guys? And I feel like that's not how marriage should be. So I think maybe I would say that's how we ended up getting married, because of we had fun together, we enjoyed each other's company, and we had that thing of marriage shouldn't be difficult, man. I mean, it's just a ring on a finger, just government and whatnot, getting the government involved, but it shouldn't be that deep. Why should now marriage become something now it changes me? But it did. We got married. The first few months, they were really nice, like a honeymoon phase. So it was I'm somebody's wife. Yay, I'm somebody's wife. But then the reality kicked in our first year of marriage, and this is not something I didn't know before I got married. Like, my husband is not Petrus Mutsebe, and I loved him for who he was, because I'm not somebody who chases money. I chase happiness more than anything, because I feel like in life we start somewhere and then we build together, and for the fact that I know very well that he's good with his hands, he'd make money, real good money, and then time went on. It was dry season. I think I even mentioned this, it was dry season at some point, and then we were facing that in our first year of marriage, which was a dry season for his type of work. And then I wasn't phased by it, because why? So we were eating, we were bathing, everything was fine. So there was not something that's out of the norm, because of I always had that hope, like something will come up, And then it went on for like a whole year. And then eventually, as a wife, this season and then and then no and whatnot. I could see how it's affecting him and whatnot, and I would always encourage him, okay, because the thing about him, which I understand, because right, and I understood that, but I was like, right now, looking at the situation, not that we were struggling, but for the fact that just try find something and then he found something, I think, towards the end of the year. But then, of course, then I noticed something different also. I've known this, but it didn't occur to me that it was going to be something, now it's going to be consistent in terms of Dicholi. Okay, fine, then there's a little bit of money coming, but then now the friends became constant, okay, but Kanti, where's the problem here? I thought Reshapo, and of course, for Bereka, it was more for you, right? Because we're surviving on a one income household, right? But then now that we're Bereka, it's going to make things a little bit more easier for us.
Yes.
But then it's like when I congratulate the friends are already popping up. I think that was like the first sign in our marriage for okay, finance is going to be a problem. Okay, because I needed to think in terms of also my approach. How do I go about approaching him? Okay, baby, now that there is consistent income coming from you, I'm going to 1, 2, 3. Then the response is, why don't you handle it? Broke me. I'm not gonna lie. I think that was the point in our marriage. Things started going south. Finances are a big thing in a marriage. As much as I would say that I shielded because of I knew, but I think there was a point where he got too comfortable. You can do it, so why don't you just do it? But it was like, I'm not doing it because I like it.
It's the
it's
circumstances,
the
that are pushing
circumstances
us.
that are pushing us re be more linkating right now.
Do you think in that it affected the kids in any way?
With me being the way I am, I didn't let it affect the kids. I think the kids couldn't realize or see there is a financial problem in the house.
Okay.
So with whatever they needed, I mean, for instance, there are wants and needs, right? Whatever they needed, I would make sure that they get, right? So the kids couldn't see, no, we're not getting this. Sometimes it's simple thing like, oh, mama, did you get this for us? Sometimes it's like, I'm like, no, your dad did, you know? Sometimes it's conversations that he wouldn't be privy of, but it's like, I want to show you guys that mom and dad are here for you.
Not only mom.
Not only mom. Even though I did it, but then I'll be like, no, dad did it for you. It's like, oh, daddy, thank you. You understand? Because of it's not like, I don't want my kids to just see it's just mom doing things.
Did he ever say thank you when he started working? I mean, maybe he was in a tough corner. We don't know. We don't know what was happening in his mind. We do not know how it feels to be a man that at that time he couldn't provide anything. And he's sitting at home thinking, did he ever, once he started working, say, yo, my love, you carried us?
I wish, but no.
Did his actions show that? Because sometimes abantu bakwazi uthetha, but your actions will say, let me spoil you a little bit.
No.
Okay.
And that's just me being honest. Because I feel like for the fact that if you haven't been working for so long and then you find that it's like, oh, now the immediate person that you want to show is the one that you live with, right? But it wasn't the case for me. I think the friends enjoyed more than I did. For him, it was like the basics. We need to do this. Like but it wasn't like, my wife, this is for you. Thank you. I never got that.
And I'm sure that killed you.
It did.
When did you decide, Guti, it's time?
Yo, I think I had a lot of episodes that went on in my head before I could finally decide that it was time. With all the things that were happening and piling up, right? I started being unhappy in my marriage, right? I started seeing that I'm not being valued. Because one thing about him, he likes praises, right? When he does something, he'll be like, oh, come see, I did want to. Just like, oh, you have to say it's nice. Oh, baby, yeah, you know. But then I'm like, for me, the things that I've been doing, I haven't been asking for anything on them, right? But then when you do one thing, and then you expect me to see it, I do see it. It's not like I'm blind to it. But then you disregard everything that I've been doing, right? And then it became a thing of you don't see me. Like how I'm born. The things that I've been doing, you didn't see them. You didn't take the time to actually recognize for a baby Mara, you know, Ozamile one. There was never that. So Kibile so unhappy to a point where it wasn't even resentment towards him. It was like hangrati. You know? Slowly but surely it's like hangrati. You don't love me. I should just accept it. But then again I still had faith.
Yeah.
It's just the face of man, you know? And then to a point where I was like, Gabale family meeting sana. I'm not discouraging people to have family meetings, but I feel like those are a waste of time. Oh, those are a waste of time because they only listen to the man and not the woman, because in marriage a woman is expected to submit. It's like, but why don't you do this? Because if you did this you wouldn't, you know? But I'm like, kanjani? You know, we had a family meeting and then it was more about, why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? Kante Mosali is supposed to do what? My thing is like, what is I'm doing all of that. I'll do all of that. But what is he supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
You know, I think that broke me. After that family meeting, things were sour in the house. Things were sour, but then after like a few weeks, they settled down. But then I was never okay after that.
Okay.
I was never okay because I never felt hurt, like at all. Because we would fight about small things, Nolu. Like coffee in the morning. Yo, Nolu, I feel like my marriage is something that could have been saved.
Okay.
But because of there was ego and pride, it literally fell through.
Guys, Tulu made coffee every morning without fail for me. And before she would go to work, she would make coffee. And you know, that gesture for me, when you guys started, like the first time you told me about it, I was like, what a beautiful gesture. Like what? You're getting coffee in bed before you start your day. You are doing this for me. You washed your car.
He washed my car.
You wash my car for me. I make you coffee. Like, it's like, oh, it's a power couple.
Yes, that's how I perceived it, right? But then it got to a point now, I realized, okay, because sometimes getting up in the morning to go to work is not easy, guys. You just want to sleep because you're just tired. I was fatigued. I got to a point where I was just tired. Not tired of making the coffee.
Fatigued.
Right? But my body was just tired. Waking up was like, oh, God. I have to wake up. And mind you, I have to wake up and prepare the kids. 2 kids to get ready for school. Make them breakfast. Then also prepare myself. By 7 o'clock, I need to be out of that house. And do what? Go drop off the kids at school, then head to work. While he was what? At home. Because mind you, he was working flexible hours. So he could start at any time to go to work. Right? But then it was like, I got to a point where I was like, right? It's like, and then his point was like, you just need to have a routine.
So did it feel like you were in a single marriage?
Sure. I felt like I was a single mom.
Oh.
Who was married.
Because you need a routine for what when you're sleeping?
So the routine means that I need to wake up at 5. And then from 5 until 6, I do everything that concerns me or the kids. I should just choose.
What is he doing?
He's still asleep in bed. And then from 6 to 7, I do whatever I need to do and still make sure that I make him coffee, then leave. Then it doesn't feel like it's overwhelming for me.
When he wasn't working, did he help with the kids?
I wouldn't say he helped as much with the kids, but then there was never this thing of how to really coffee. Like, you know, now that he's working, there's this thing you know, there's this thing that I do 1, 2, 3. Like, I get it, but there wasn't such. Even if I left the house because I had coffee, it wasn't a problem. But now that he was working, everything became a problem. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, when he was not working, we were okay-ish, right? But then as much as I was like the one kind of like holding the family financially, it was also burdening me at some point. But I was like, I always had this thing, but then he worked and then he suddenly changed. Now the friends are like, they're taking his time, and then Konklung was like, you're not doing this. Sana, mind you, we always had a lady who did laundry and clean for us in the house. Even when he was not working, it was never a problem. But now when he started working, it became a problem. Do you see, Jorge?
Did he want you to do it?
Yes, Nolu.
Why?
Because apparently I was running away from my wife's responsibilities.
So I'm trying to understand.
There's a lot that went on in this.
That's what I'm like.
Guys. Yo,
I'm trying to understand that your wifely responsibilities is me
doing laundry,
but I also work a full-time job, and I work far from work.
Yes.
So when I come back, I'm tired.
Yes.
And I still make the means to cook.
Yes.
I can find the 20 kilo, you tell washing to and do everything. and God blessed us so that we can be able to afford help, but you don't want this help. You want me to do it.
Yes.
You're on time.
So basically, when Moshimali, that money could have done something else. It could have went elsewhere.
Do you think na budget akawena?
I'll say yes. Because it didn't make sense then. Why were you not complaining about this lady while you were not working? You know? But now that you're working, of which I feel like you could be at least contributing, but then you're complaining instead. Make it make sense. Like he would start now complaining about small things that we eat meat a lot. Guys, my story is funny, but it's sad, but it's funny. I'm not crying, as you can see.
I don't think it's sad. I think it's funny.
It is, because it's like, that's why I said there was like a lot of ego and pride and something else. Because he would
please unpack. You eat meat a lot. I know, that's what I'm like. Please unpack. You eat meat a lot.
So because we were eating meat even when he was not working every single day. Like, I would not cook a meal that didn't have meat in it, if that makes sense. It's to eat beef, whatever, chicken, nyama, chuck, nyama. You understand? We would eat meat. Like, there would be greens really on the side.
Yes.
But I would not just cook a meal like papani cabbage and that's it. It would be cabbage and a chicken somewhere.
That's my favorite meal. Papa and cabbage.
And but then here's the thing. Papa and cabbage he didn't like cabbage. Make it make sense. No, I know I'm confusing you even more. But then he didn't like cabbage, right? And then he doesn't like fish. Because of it gives him allergies, whatever.
Egg.
Fish.
Tin fish.
You understand? So Mina from Dalan Tanya, and he knew that. And for me, it's like, why is it a problem now, Mashatile? And where do I hear this from? Oh, Mama. I didn't hear him saying, "Baby, ma, we're not jana matata. We're not here."
Your mom.
Yes. So he told my mom.
Utelendota. Iya ku family.
He told my mom that and I'm not cooking any veggies. I'm like, why don't you sit me down? Like, baby, ish. Yeah, Mara, you understand?
Or maybe I budget to say, wait again, baby, we are budgeting for a car. We're budgeting for a car, so because Nama is the most expensive. People are budgeted at Koloi can maybe in a week, Haiteri, Regina, Haitu, Regina Greens.
It was never that conversation.
I have a hot fish.
I got never like a hot fish sign. Never like a hot fish. So fella, what they were now how I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Make it make sense. Then when I confronted him about it, it's like, Kante, I don't know, but Maravela, when you don't. I'm like, but why didn't you talk to me?
Yes.
Like, why didn't you talk to me?
Maslum Sinto to hear.
I guess, Anna, it was that. Like I said, it's a lot of small things that kept piling up. Because for me, it was like being by ambulance now. I was like, wow. Every time it's like, wow. Oh, Sarah. It's like when you find out almost every day, it's like, what is this? What's going on? Like, we're fighting about something that doesn't need an argument. It just needs a sit down.
And another person could say you walked away.
Most people would say that I would say hadiyo, but then because
there's no cheating, there's.
I would say at that time while we were married, I can't say I've caught him with a woman where, like, in a sense, he was cheating. His line of work, right, means that he works with clients, right? And some of them would call like at night. I'm like, okay, but is there not like a
Working hours.
Working hours, you know. But then it wasn't like really a big deal, ne? But then I'm not sure. But then there was a point where now, especially just before I left, he started not sleeping at home. As a married woman, it's like ulala, and then I think at first he was like he was sleeping at his friends, and then there was also a contradictory statement uguti ulale khaya. I'm like, oh, so I can't even verify uguti he was cheating, but all I can say that he wasn't sleeping at home.
And as a woman, if you're not sleeping at home, I'm already building
Of
my own
course.
conclusions. Kuti,
Of course.
Would you,
From Friday to Sunday, make it make sense.
would you be comfortable to be intimate with him when he started that?
No. It wasn't even an easy thing to do, because it's like where I don't know. You know? Because one thing about me, especially in a relationship, in any relationship actually, I'm afraid of two things. Right? I'm afraid of being sick. Like, I'm afraid of contracting STIs or whatever that I don't know where they come from. You understand? And I'm afraid of uguloyiwa, guys, for indulge. If I'm tired, just leave me alone. You know, don't go to the extremes now to want to remove me because of when I'm tired and leave me alone. Those are two things that I'm afraid of in my life. And also, as my partner, don't make me sick for no reason. You understand? But then as a woman, my husband didn't sleep at home for the whole weekend, and then he comes home, and then how? It's supposed to be like make it make sense.
Did you ever think of asking the family to intervene at that time? Or is there anything that you say Dazam?
I tried.
Okay.
I think in the early stages of our marriage, especially when he started working and then the friends were a problem, I reached out to his mom because I could see a potential of a problem that is going to fester into something serious. I reached out, and then I said, can we have a family meeting, because I feel like now something is wrong, that is going to be a very, very serious problem. Then Mama was like, okay, it's fine, right? And then because mina ngicela family meeting, because this is a conversation between you and I, baby, like and you're not listening. I won't just wake up and be like, man, I'm gonna call your mom and 1 2 3. No, it's a conversation that we've been having. But then for the fact that you're not listening to me, I'm going to need intervention somehow. I reached out to his mom before the actual family meeting. I reached out to his mom, and then his mom okay, fine. And then umamake khuluma naye, and then umamake was like, I phuma kulo mntu say right. So we never had a family meeting at that time when I wanted one. I was like, so we're just gonna leave it like that. It's like, Atini, right? Oh, okay. And then the reason for the family meeting was because of I think I had went out with my friend. Oh, I'm confusing the two. Okay. Because there was an incident that happened in April, right? Where he was like, before the end of the week to leave. But before that, Masobane family meeting, right? He kept on telling me, there's the door. Leave. And I feel like it was actually a point in time where my career was starting to be like more serious, and I was taking on more responsibility, and I needed him more than ever. At that time, it's like, I want you to pitch in, I want you to show up for me. You understand? But then it was like me asking him for help. It was me not wanting to be a woman and not take responsibility in terms of like the household things. And it's like, if you don't want to be a woman, if you don't want to be a housewife, not housewife, if you don't want to be a wife, then you can leave. I was like, you know what? I wanted that one. I didn't even argue a lot around it. I was like, okay, it's fine. Because at the end of the day, you understand? I'm like, so if this is going to be your behavior and your reaction to what I'm asking, then it's okay. Then I reached out to Mama. I was like, Mama, we were in an argument, right? and then he said I can leave, right? So because of Oteng Hambe, then I'm going to leave. Then Batini, it's like, no, don't leave first. Let's have a family meeting. I'm like, we could have had a family meeting before this became what it is today.
Yes.
And then you didn't allow me the platform, right? And then eventually when we had that family meeting, it was all about what I'm not doing. You understand? So that felt like...
That you're not ironing and washing clothes?
I'm not making coffee.
In the family meeting?
You understand? And then it broke me. They were like...
I'm sure it felt like they're ganging up on you.
Yes, I'm like hearing everything that you're saying, but what is he supposed to be doing? You understand? What is he supposed to be doing when I'm supposed to be doing everything that a woman's supposed to be? What is he supposed to be doing? He's supposed to be a provider. He's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, but he's not. And yet I'm supposed to show up. Make it make sense. But anyway, Yabaleo, and then after that family meeting, things became sour. Like, I think after that we just brushed a lot of things under the carpet, to be quite honest, because I felt like if I raised something, it was going to turn into an argument. You understand? So it's like, you'd look at something like, why? Anyways, like, it's fine. Because I'm afraid now, then we're gonna end up fighting. And when we're fighting, it's never nice because of words are said and exchanged. Yeah, well, and then after that, things just died down a little bit, and then in April, Kesana, I went out with my friend just to catch up, like going out with you, catch up, and then come home. And he knows where I am, mind you. Come back home, and then when I get home, an argument ensues. And guess what? It's because of when I got home, I got a voice note from my mother asking me where I am. I found it strange that I don't live with my mom. Why would she ask me where I am? Listen to the voice note, then I call her. It's like, hi Bonfaz, why are you asking me where I am? It's like, no, your husband says that he hasn't eaten and you're not home at this time. No, I hear that. Ne? But why don't you call me and say, baby, where are you? What time will you be home? Instead, you do what? You go and call my mother. Make it make sense. And then I got into the house and I was like, why did you call my mom and tell her that you haven't eaten and I haven't arrived yet? Of which you could have just easily called me. And then he's like, you called that because I had cooked before I left, right? There was food in the pot. So I even said something to my mom. I think I was like, did I leave with the pots? Because
so Peggy,
there's food. And then when I got in, I'm like, why did you call my mom? It's like, do you call that food? When you went out, because I brought takeaways because I didn't finish what I'd ordered. When you had takeaways, you just went there and had nice food. Wara. Sana, now no, it was a lot of nothing, but it was a lot.
Did he like going out?
No, I always had to be the one say, baby, let's go out. I didn't even mind covering the bill because I'm the one who wants to go out with my man. Make it make sense. And I'm like, he's like, do you call that food? And is this the time that you're supposed to be home? Mind you, it's before 8 p.m. And when I left to go out, I'd kissed it, son, because we were okay at that time. It's like, baby, sharp kasama. Now I come back to this. What went wrong? Like, in the few hours that I left, what went wrong? And then it's like, yeah, Vela, I see that you don't want to be a wife. So Vela, if you don't want to be a wife, you can leave. Then it was on a Sunday. Then on Monday in the morning, he calls my mom saying that he wants a family meeting to just let everybody know that it's over between us. I'm like, hey.
Did he discuss that with you?
No.
Okay.
He's calling my mom to tell my mom, or he wants a family meeting to let them know that it's over. And then he's like, and again, you have before the end of this week to leave. And I think that's when I called you. I was not okay, Nolu. I was not okay.
I just remember she was on her way to work. And usually we have a long chat, and on that day, the first thing, I knew you were not okay because we would video call each other.
I refused the video call.
Then I heard like your voice was breaking, like while we were speaking. I'm like, Tulu, are you okay? I kept on saying, Tulu, are you okay? You're like, yeah, I'm fine. Tulu, are you okay? Then I could tell, then you started with the sniffles. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, don't go. Don't go. Don't go. Also, I think my first reaction there was, let me protect my friend. Because emsebenzini ukhalelani, guys. And you haven't dealt with what's happening. We are God, basically. And something you don't even know.
I don't understand.
But I think one thing that shocks me about you is that how you will always show up.
I have to.
And waking up. On that day you woke up and you got ready to go to work.
I did exactly that. I woke up and got ready to work, and then I have this thing that I would even sit for like a few minutes in the car before I walk into the office, so I can calm myself down and say a little bit of affirmations that it's gonna be okay. Then walk into the office like, good morning,
as if nothing's going on.
And then dread going home because I know what I'm gonna be facing.
And the kids were not privy to this.
No. But one thing about my last born daughter is that she could sense when I'm not okay. As much as I would try to hide it, she could see it.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm okay.
How are you feeling?
Getting there.
Guys, I decided to stop the camera because it's new. And you are human. And I wanted to grant you the privacy. Because you are human. Before there's YouTube, you are... Yes, it will help someone, but even you feeling like ukhala shows the strength behind this. Because you are healing, you are closing this chapter. I'm a crier. You know this by now. I'm a big crier. Because I feel like if I cry, because as much as we are speaking and whatnot, you are really living it. To say, the man that I loved so much, the sacrifices that I made, you basically allowed me to walk away.
Yes.
At least you don't look like your problems.
Good, I try not to. I try not to.
At least you don't look like your problems.
The truth is, right?
We must speak about healing after this. We must speak about healing.
The truth is, we carry our problems differently, right? But then something happens and then you snap, right? I try by all means to hide my emotions from my kids all the time because of I never want to see them not okay because of me.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's difficult sometimes. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's very difficult at times. I try to show up every day, but sometimes it's not easy. Like, I would always say that days are not the same. Sometimes I'm happy, I'm jolly, I'm just like, what's happening tomorrow? CIP, you know? And then some days you just want to be alone and just go through it, you know? But yeah, like, having to talk about this just makes me relive those moments because it's like, I'm still there.
Do you want us to stop?
No.
Okay.
I think we can still continue. So it happened. Like, you are my support. Girl, like, you don't understand. People don't understand. My circle of friends, right?
And another person, I would say that I cannot support. I cannot support because I'm not going through it. And I would just listen to it.
And sometimes it's not like I want you to say something, right? It's because of I wanted somebody to just listen and be like, yo, no, today I'm not okay. It's like, what's wrong? And then you'd allow me to vent. Yes, and you'd allow me to vent, like, okay. And then I know that sometimes I'd sound like I'm repeating myself to you, but for the fact that you're just there to listen, right? Because I needed to show up at work. I have a job that's waiting for me. I have a job that pays my bills. I have a job that helps me take care of my kids. I have to show up.
You're a senior at work.
I'm senior at work. I have to show up at work. I have kids.
Sure.
I'm raising girls. You understand?
Sure.
And for me, I feel like it's one thing that I always want them to carry with them, to say that you don't have to stay. I wasn't happy, but then the moment my kids could see that I'm not happy, that was it. Like, I remember there was this one time when I picked up my daughter from aftercare, and she was like, I didn't even tell them that we're going to leave, né? But then she asked me, it's like, Mommy, where are we gonna live? It was from her. I was like,
and how old is she?
She's 6. And I was like, I don't know. Because by that time, as much as I know that I'm not happy, and remember, there was a time when he said that I had before the end of the week to leave. I found a place. And I paid rent to move there. I told you all about it. And then the day came when I was supposed to leave. Sana refused me to leave. It was like, you're not going anywhere.
I'm sure he calculated what your maths is not maths.
He refused me to leave. I had packed my things. Like, it was just, I'd packed my things, my clothes, my kids' clothes. It was just a matter of like the guys coming to help me to carry like the heavy stuff, like the bed, the wardrobe. Because we even had a chat the night before I could leave, to say, you're going to be taking 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We had a civil adult conversation. We even spoke about visitations when it comes to the kids. But the day came, guess I was supposed to leave. And then the guys arrived, stood at the gate. They're like, okay, sister, we're here. And then he approached them as like, nobody's leaving and nobody's entering my premise without my permission.
That's
They're
abusive, though.
They're like, sister, please come in. Like, I'm also part of this premise. It's also my house. So please come in. He's like, nobody's coming in. They're like, hey, I know he's the man of the house, sister, so we won't just force our way into, your premise without his approval. Then I'm standing there like, what the fuck, guys? It came out of you, your own words, saying you have before the end of this week. And I don't, because I remember even, remember February, I didn't make a fight about it when he said, Zamaya. I just texted Khore, Mama, I'm leaving. Your son said 1, 2, 3, so I'm going to be leaving. It wasn't that much of a big deal, but this one, it's like, why? It's like, luckily the kids were not there to witness all of those things. He was like, nobody's going anywhere. And they left. And then after they left, he was like, let me make this even more difficult. She can leave and leave my kids behind. I'm like, whose kids?
She was ripping your heart. He was ripping your heart out.
A knife. It felt like it was a knife ripping through my heart. Because what the hell? And also on top of that, you're saying that I must leave EP transport because it just left. You said it must leave.
Do you think he knew that there's no way she's leaving the kids?
He knows how much I love my kids. That one we can't even debate. I would go through hell and back for those two. I would do anything for my kids. Sana, I don't know, but I would go beyond whatever I have to do.
She came in at the right time.
I'll do whatever I need to do to make sure that my kids are okay. Because one thing I always say to myself is that my kids didn't ask to be here.
Yeah.
So why should I bring them to suffer?
Yeah.
You understand? My kids owe me nothing. I have to take care of them.
I love that. They owe you nothing.
They owe me nothing.
They didn't ask to be here. You brought them here. Consensually. Consensual. Yes, at that time it was consensual. So you were happy sizokwa ikitenzokuzalela khulisa isibongo sakho
yazini having these kids and also understanding what I went through with these kids.
Yeah.
The fact that they're both premature,
the Irish twins
having to be constantly at the hospital, not knowing what tomorrow has in store, what will the doctor say. Even taking them home is like I couldn't even have a wink of sleep because I was like, I'll wake up like pick up the blanket like, oh, okay, you're still fine. Because they said you must be careful of like the color changing if they're not breathing out. I was like, yo. But anyway, I love my kids today.
Take me through the day you actually moved us. How did you feel? How was... Okay, let's start to the night. Okay, when you were packing.
Okay.
The truck coming. Were you ever embarrassed? Did you ever have lantokuti kuzotwan or umama?
No.
Great.
Oh, at that point in time, I didn't care who the fuck said what. I didn't care about what people said.
You were here.
It wasn't even a matter of I was here. It was like, I've seen enough. I've heard enough. Like, there's the gate, there's the door. This is my house. But even if I fought to stay, I will still be unhappy. You understand? Because the words ring, this is my house. If you want to leave, there's the gate. So I was like, I'm going to eventually use it. I'm going to have to eventually use it. And then I remember right after when my daughter asked me, it's like, Mommy, where are we going to go? Right? I was like, I don't know. But I promise you, wherever we go, we're going to be okay. I said that to my child. And then I made sure. Then after that, that's when I was like, my kids are not okay. For a 6-year-old to be asking me, because of now it was like the shouting in front of the kids. Everything now started happening in front of the kids and they could see it.
Yeah.
And I was their shield where they could come for safety, be like, Mama, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But when my daughter started asking me where we're gonna live, I was like, no, it's okay, you have to leave. You have to leave. Because remember in April, he refused me to leave, so eventually he never left. Right? And then when I had to leave, my daughter said that, then I started actively now looking for a place. And then I found one. This one, we were at now. I found one, and my stand Wamsana, I'll tell you one day about her. I found a place, and then she was like, when are you going to move in? I'm like, as soon as possible. She's like, okay, because I think it was on a Thursday. It was on a Thursday, and then she was like, when do you want to move in? I'm like, I don't know, when can I move in? Because she was already living here. I was like, when can I move in? She's like, anytime. I was like, okay, fine. It was on a Thursday, right? And then she's like, okay, because of already on the weekend, it's like I need to make arrangements. Then I'll leave on Monday, then Tuesday you can move in. It's like perfect. Got home, Kesana. Didn't say a word. And then on Thursday, that night, I think my daughter was supposed to submit a school project that he had promised that he was going to do for her, right? Then I only remember, because I could see that he's not coming home. Then I just texted him to say, because my daughter was now asking me, like, Mommy, is Daddy going to do my assignment? Or my project, actually. I was like, ish, baby, I don't know. Then I quickly texted him, it's like, are you still going to be doing my daughter's, our daughter's, let me not say now, our daughter's project? Then he didn't respond. He didn't respond. But then after a few minutes, to show that he wasn't far, then after a few minutes, he arrived. And then he started working on it, right? But you could tell this person was not going to be sleeping at home.
He wasn't coming there.
He wasn't coming. I only texted and it nudged him. All I had told them, he came home and did it. And then on Friday, when I got back from work, he wasn't home. And he didn't come home, okay? Then on Saturday, I was like, you know what? Because I found a place, ne? This is what I'm going to do. I took my kids to my mom's place. Now that's when everything now started becoming real. I started now packing small things. Took the kids to my mom's place. I'm like, Mommy, please have the kids for this period of time. I'm leaving. You heard Luwena, because there was a point when my mom was around and then he said dead into my mom's face that if I don't want to be a wife, then I can leave.
What disrespect is that?
Dead into my mom's face that if I don't want to be a wife, then I can leave. Should a day come when I don't make him coffee or I decide that I don't dish up for him, then there's the door. You understand? I'm like, there's so many things that I want you to do for me, but I'll never show you the door because of those things. A mere tea, a mere coffee, Nolu. Anyway, I was like, you know what? Then I took the kids to my mom's place, and then she was like, when are you gonna get there? I'm like, I'm not sure. Once I've moved, it's like sharp. And then on Saturday he came late because I got on Friday, he didn't sleep at home. On Saturday I dropped off the kids. Then Saturday he came and then he didn't ask me about the kids. Sunday, nothing. Monday, I'm still in bed. He's like, are you not going to work? And I remember I'd taken leave from work at that time. He's like, are you not going to work? I'm like, no. And then he's like, well, I'm like, I'm leaving. Now it wasn't a conversation that we have to sit down and be like, because of 1, 2, 3, I'm leaving. You've been showing me the door. You've been, and I've been trying to leave. But now you're not going to stop me. I'm the one telling you that I'm leaving because you've been. And now you're not only saying it, you're showing me with your actions. You're not sleeping at home. Where are you sleeping? You understand? So that time I had had it. And then that was Monday. And then on Tuesday, I think we had a conversation, and then he was asking me if the people that are coming to come help me move my things, he needs to be around so that he can see what I'm taking, and then we don't ruin the ceiling here, wara. I'm like, no, it's fine, it's okay, we'll wait for you to come. Then I remember that morning, I woke up and went to fetch my mom, then went to the police station because I was dead serious. I went to get an escort. Even if it means they just stood, they don't have to come and cause commotion. They just need to stand there should anything happen. And then when I got home, the bed, the wardrobes, whatever, they were outside.
He put them there?
Yes, he put them there.
That means he chose most.
This man has been...
He chose what you're taking and what you don't.
Chose.
We didn't even discuss that.
No. As much as we had discussed in April some of the things we were going to take, we didn't have a proper conversation.
Because I'm guessing maybe when you came back, you were going to discuss okay, you can. I'll take this one.
Because he says, he says to And mind you, when we moved in together now, right? Because of course I came in with my stuff, right? So because of now we had to put in built in kitchens and whatnot. We had to give some of the things away.
Yeah.
And some of those things were whose?
Yours.
They're mine. So now suddenly I don't have. And even before I could leave, he would talk to whoever on the phone and say she's not gonna leave with anything, and that is what my kids heard. That mama's gonna leave.
Panic to them.
My child already started telling the teacher at aftercare, because now when I got to the aftercare, the lady would be like, so I know what's happening at home. And my child don't just go around telling everybody. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, what's happening at home? that dad is shouting at you, wara wara, he even said that you're going to leave with nothing. That shattered me. That they can see, and then now, for them to heal, they're telling other people. I don't know whether it was because of they wanted intervention, because they're still young, but they're kids. They just say whatever.
Yeah, I don't think they wanted intervention. I think kids are both that way.
To just talk.
Yes.
They did.
They don't see anything. Also, I don't think they see anything wrong per se.
My child did.
Is it?
My child did. My 6-year-old did. That's what I could tell
She actually
you.
looks like you.
Yes. That's what I could tell you, that if I'm not okay, she would see that I'm not okay.
Like now.
Like now.
Because she came just before you cried.
Yes.
She came and sat there.
So one thing about her is that, I don't know what it is. I think we're just connected that way spiritually. But whenever I would feel overwhelmed about something, she would always be here.
Oh.
So there's just that connection.
Yes.
But yeah, and then it happened. Then on Tuesday, I found my things outside. And then he was just standing there on the phone with his friends, like, yeah, now I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with my life. Now I'm going to have peace. Hey, what. I was like, okay. No, it's fine. The truck came, took my stuff, and then I came here. 2-3 hours on the same day, Gesana. Send me your location.
Ingqondo ziyabuya.
Send me your location. I want to see the kids.
The same kids you didn't care for. Guys, we're going to wrap it here because I want us to go into another video where we unpack the healing. But healing started here. That's why I don't want you to because I want you to start on how it felt the first night knowing Kuti, I'm going through a divorce. There's no turning back. I've decided, and this is the card I've been dealt with, and I'm playing to it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that, most importantly, like Tulu wants, someone will take this maybe as a boost or reassurance to say, this is not healthy for me and my kids. It's time for us to walk away. And in the second video, as much as we'll speak about the healing journey, I wanted to speak about her rebuilding. Because guys, andiyazi le mali uthula nayo. Kodwa she never runs out. She never runs out. And I sometimes feel like God stays providing for you and your family. Like he stays providing. And fucking then leaves you there. Just like that. Yes, he stays. Like even the house that I'm in is better than that one. And let's cut it, guys. Let's cut it here so that we can recoup and bring another one. Of course. We'll catch you guys later.